Hello, this is Buttercup, and this is my brand new Halo Wars video series, in which we will be taking an in-depth look at the Halo Wars multiplayer and the units at your command. In each episode of Halo Wars Unit Briefing, we will examine one unit in particular, learning their basic stats, upgrades, and useful tactics. So without further ado, welcome to Episode 1, where we'll be discussing a tried and true classic. The M808B Scorpion main battle tank first made its appearance in the Halo franchise in the original Halo game, Halo Combat Evolved. Featuring an M512 smoothbore high-velocity cannon, as well as an M247T medium machine gun, the Scorpion boasts some of the most powerful firepower out of all controllable vehicles across the Halo franchise. This tank is no slouch in Halo Wars, as few units can match its power, ruggedness, and versatility. With an exceptional range of statistics, it's easy to see why the Scorpion tank is amongst one of the most favored units for the UNSC. Scorpion tanks find themselves conveniently nestled in the middle of the range of units that can be built by the UNSC. Scorpion tanks are available to all three of the UNSC leaders and have earned the designation of a vehicle unit. They build from the vehicle depot and require a tech level of 2 before they can even be built. Costs run at a nominal rate of 500 supplies and require 3 population to be built. They can be hijacked or commandeered by Spartan units, and are able to be airlifted by Pelicans. Able to accomplish a variety of early game tasks, from fighting off minor rushes to clearing out rebel bases for expansions, there's no sturdier and safer early game unit than the Scorpion tank. However, few games are won with the Scorpion tank in their weakest form, and players would do well to research their tech upgrades. After all, many high-level games are often determined by tank lead, which brings to mind the phrase, fighting fire with fire. The Scorpion's upgrades can easily show that numbers mean nothing when you're up against superior firepower. Canister Shell is the first upgrade for Scorpions, costing 400 supplies and at tech level 3. Despite not conferring an additional damage multiplier, Canister Shell does however increase a tank's hit points by 25%, as well as adding a devastating Y ability, allowing a canister shell to be fired from the tank's massive cannon. Upon pressing the Y button over an enemy unit, your tanks will let fly a salvo of canister shells, dealing an excess of 10 times the normal damage from an unupgraded tank's canister fire. An all-unit canister shell attack on an unexpected enemy unit or enemy base can prove truly devastating, and is a great way of performing hit-and-run tactics. The second and final upgrade available to all UNSC leaders for the Scorpion tanks is the Power Turret. This upgrade further improves tanks by boasting an additional 25% health, improves the tracking speed of the turrets, and increases all damage by 25%. With a sturdier health bar, more punch in your canister shells, and an improved responsiveness to help mitigate enemy micromanagement, it's easy to see why the Power Turret tank can straight up win games, with very little opposition. And there you have it, a unit truly worthy of the name Main Battle Tank. Scorpion tanks may be a high priority unit, but they require a lot of time and supplies to be built. Use them carefully in the early game, as they can be easily taken out by a single Covenant leader, and choose your battles carefully, or you will often lose fights against an equal-sized population of air units. Despite these shortcomings, however, Scorpion tanks have a lot more redeeming qualities. With a decent amount of micro, it's easy to dominate all of the ground units. Once commandeered by Spartans, veterancy can stack up quickly to make these tanks truly deadly. And lastly, Scorpion tanks are usually the final nail in the coffin, where the simplest lead in the number of Scorpion tanks on one team or the other is easily the determining factor in who will win and who will lose. So in conclusion, the Scorpion tank is a well-versed, all-around unit. Any army would be glad to have these prolific powerhouses on their side, and it's easy to see why they are often dubbed the UNSC's main muscle. Whether you're bulldozing your way across the battlefield, or sticking to a trio of Spartan tanks in your Super Turtle, Scorpion tanks accommodate a variety of playstyles and do well in every game mode. Ubiquitous in the Halo franchise, and iconic for its power and profile, these Scorpion tanks will be around for a very, very long time. So train out a few quick tanks, upgrade them as fast as you can, and throw some Spartans in them for good measure, and your opponents will feel the devastating sting of the Scorpion. Thanks for watching. This has been Buttercup. Join us next time when we'll be covering an annoying Covenant air unit that'll have your opponents screaming like a banshee. Until then, see you on the battlefield.